Hello, my name is Dean Ramsden, and I'm a therapeutic energy healer. This short video is an introduction to the use of dialogue, of speaking to the client in such a manner as to be both helpful in exploring any issue the client brings to the healer, as well as articulating that issue within the context of personal development, so as to invite resolutions to the client's challenges in their life. Talk therapy or counseling is familiar to many people as an important resource in sharing your issue with another person, so you can approach any challenge from a new perspective. Talk therapy will often introduce the client to additional resources available to them, but perhaps not well developed in their current psychology. So, for instance, many empathic and caring people often don't develop personal boundaries in their personal psychology and need to be encouraged to do that first within therapy and then in their lives, so the client can live a balanced and creative life rather than just be used by others to take care of the other person's needs. So psychotherapy, counseling, coaching, and the more clinical disciplines of psychology and depth psychology are vital assets to us in uncovering our true nature and in evolving our personality beyond the limits set in childhood or in the culture of origin. Therapeutic energy healing does not replace psychology or psychotherapy, but uses and integrates the tools of functional psychology into a working model of the human energy field. So in my videos on this, the emphasis is on combining energy healing skills and psychic perception of the human energy field with a therapeutic dialogue with the client. So a therapeutic dialogue is not just inviting, as a psychotherapist does, is not just inviting a deep exploration of the issues facing the client, but also seeks to listen deeply to the emerging wisdom and the goals of healing that the client has available to them. As healers, we listen to the patterns or emerging awareness of the client as he or she enters energy healing as a resource. And then we learn to track the outcome of any energy healing and help the client integrate what they discover. A therapeutic dialogue with a client is not an authority model. That's where the all-knowing healer tells you, the client, what they need to do. Much rather, it's a collegial, a rent-a-friend approach to exploring and activating needed or undeveloped aspects of the client's self, specifically organizing that exploration around the resolution to any challenge in the client's life. That's why the first part of any therapeutic energy healing session includes a conversation around the issues and folds the personal history of the client into that issue so they can evolve through and past any challenge. The goal is not only to understand the issue, but for the client to integrate any resolution or insight into the very fabric of their energy body. And these changes are not just to the psychology, but also deeply affect the physical body, the emotional reality of the client. As our beliefs and insights into the world evolve, so does that evolution initiate physical shifts. That physical body changes can occur, including lifestyle changes that, in the end, are in our overall best interest. For instance, we may make dietary or lifestyle changes after energy healing work that address our physical health. Perhaps we drop one category of food and replace it with another food that is overall better for us. So let's cover the very basics of a therapeutic dialogue, but bear in mind that it's a vast subject. Many books and training courses are available to learn how to be therapeutically helpful during counseling with others. And also, here we are concerning ourselves with the integration of an exploratory dialogue with a client that then leads to designing an energy healing interaction with them, one that stimulates their inner growth and one that gets the client in touch with vital resources that lead to the resolution of their challenges. and hopefully leading them to live a more happy and fulfilling life in general. A therapeutic dialogue with an energy healer invites the client into a professional relationship with the healer or counselor, the coach, the psychotherapist. One that builds over time. The dialogue invites the client to go deeper into themselves over time, to share themselves, not only as a person in need, but across the full spectrum of their lives. The ultimate goal being one of personal transformation and emotional healing. The human energy system is integrated into our sense of self, into our experience of being human. So all healing has to be relational. It has to emerge via our relationship with others, and especially in our growth towards self-healing, towards the evolution of the personal self. Now, one way I support my clients is to audio record each session, and I have an AI-generated transcript and synopsis of each session available for the client. Now, the transcript's optional to use for the client, but it does make it easier to get a sense of what's happening during any session. And with a transcript, you can quickly scan or read the flow of what's happening. Think of the transcript of each session as a secondary resource for thoughtful or motivated clients to get more value out of their energy healing sessions. Now, I also do provide audio recordings of the healings themselves, the healing the client receives, so they can repeat the healing after each session to deepen the energy work. I don't in any way demand the client use it. I only encourage them to scan it afterwards. Also, many people don't like hearing their voice in a recording, and the written transcript gives a little therapeutic distance from their session, from their voice, so the client can take in more information via a transcript rather than hearing the actual words from the session itself. Most of us need time to process our healing and transformational issues. And I find the transcripts of the dialogue offer an invaluable resource for those who want to use it, but it's not for everybody. So I leave it to the client's intuition and personal choice as to whether they use it. A recent development in AI-generated transcripts is the AI analysis of speech, of the meaning of what's said, where the AI learning engine gives us a synopsis of each session, along with the actual transcript itself. Now, it gets things wrong sometimes, such as relationships, and especially the deeper meanings behind language, but it's an evolving resource that can help us make sense of our inner process and help us see our own patterns and psychological challenges. Currently, I use the AI-generated synopsis feature to help track clients over time, especially with infrequent sessions that don't have a strong continuity between sessions. But I can see this feature evolving over time, just as the AI learning engine is evolving. Now, a synopsis does not replace a human take on each session. It only adds an additional resource that we can draw on. But it's kind of interesting. So in conclusion, in this video, we talked about the value of a therapeutic dialogue with a client, one that invites the client to help design their own energy healing. We also then take that dialogue, process it with AI software, and end up with a transcript and even a synopsis of the session, which will help us both healer and client, process the information. And not only insight, but physical and emotional changes can be stimulated as our words are heard or read, and deeper meaning emerges from our personal healing and transformational journey. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe for more content like this, and bye for now. Bye-bye.